Hi, I'm Rick Rams, Dean of Physical Education and Athletics. I'm joined here today with Nancy Welliver, our head volleyball coach for women's volleyball. Coach, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So we're off to a great start in women's volleyball. We're currently 9-1. We are fighting really hard. We have a great team. Tell us a little bit about our keys to success so far this season.
We have a really balanced team this year. A lot of times in community college volleyball, there's one or two key players. We have a balanced attack. We have a lot of experience on our team. Just a whole different caliber of athlete this year. So.
Earlier this season, you won the Cerritos tournament in a great final game against El Camino College. When you battle back that hard, that sometimes sets the tone moving forward into conference and later in the season. Talk a little bit about maybe that experience and talk a little bit about what your girls learn moving forward as we head into conference here, what that means for them in terms of competing, how it's going to be a grind through the Orange Empire. What are we going to have to do?
You know, we just have to be smart and we have to keep at it. So volleyball is really a funny game that you can be down 2-0 and you can come back and win the match. There's huge momentum swings. El Camino just couldn't handle our outside hitters. They couldn't find an answer to stop them. And we passed and served really well. So it kind of kept them out of their offense. So it's easier for us to play defense. But we have a bunch of options offensively. So it's pretty hard to stop us because of that.
In a game like that where you're facing a great defensive team and you have some depth coming off the bench and you're working as a cohesive group, what do you think some of your individual strengths are? If you were to highlight some individual performances through the year, can you think of a player or some moments that have stood out in the first half of the season so far?
We have a transfer from Cal State Long Beach, Michaela Taylor, and she comes ready to play. And she's a middle blocker for us. She can play any position. A lot of times middle blockers don't play all the way around and play defense. She generally leads our team in digs as well as, blocks and a great hitter. So she's really come up big for us in past games.
That's terrific. Tonight we have a huge rivalry game against Fullerton College. After an opening loss to Orange Coast College, what does that mean tonight to go on the road to have a chance to bounce back and chart the course through conference right here? What does tonight's game mean?
Tonight's game is against Fullerton College. They're our #1 rival, and it really doesn't matter what you've done in the past. It's always a great match. And it's interesting because we recruit the same players. So a lot of players that I've recruited are playing at Fullerton and vice versa. Players that he's recruited are playing for me. So it's always really interesting. Great matches. It doesn't matter if they're, winning a lot or not winning. It doesn't matter. It's always a great match year in and year out. So, and they're, I believe, still undefeated. I believe they're still undefeated, yeah. So it should be really interesting. But, we handled them good last year. I think we're stronger this year. They have a lot of returners from last year's team. We have pretty much bettered every position.
That's terrific.
So it should be very interesting. We just have to serve tough and have good ball control.
Excellent. Well, Coach, thanks for joining me today. And for all of our guests who are out there watching us on YouTube and our social media, I encourage you to come check out our athletics website. Come check out our Cypress College women's volleyball schedule and be sure to come catch a home match and stay posted on our season as it progresses as we hope to host playoff games as we enter this fall. So, Coach, thanks again. Keep up the great work. You got it. All right.